Welcome to O-Talkin' with Dave. Put your hands together for the pastor of positivity whose glass is always at least half full. Here's Dave.
Hey, how we doing out there? I hope you're great. I am top shelf and living the dream. Doing really well. And I find that I do better when I simplify things. And that's what I try to do. I fail often. However, if I can make it so simple and easy to remember, I usually like to do things in threes. This and this. Boom, boom. I can remember three things. Yeah. My wife gives me a to-do list. If it's got three things, I probably can knock all three out, or at least remember them. But I've got two things for you today. What can make your day better? Every day. Better. Two things. One is a do and one is a don't do. So let's talk about it. Do, decide what matters. What matters? We're going to talk about it. Don't argue with reality. Decide what matters and don't argue with reality. That's it. That's it. So let's talk about this. Deciding what matters. Do you know that we make an average of 35,000 decisions a day? Okay, I'll let that sink in a minute. 35,000. All right, when I saw that, I'm thinking, that's just ridiculous. 35,000. Who's counting these anyway? Who's doing that? But most of them don't matter. You're playing mental ping pong. Let's just give you an example. Okay, this morning, I need to go to the store. But first, I'll check my email. Oh, wait, I got to get gas. I can't just go to the store. I got to get gas. So I'll get gas and go to the store. Hey, the bank's on the way. I'll stop by the bank. That reminds me, I'm out of coffee. So I need to put that on the list at the store. If I'm out of coffee, I'll grab coffee on the way to the store. And then if I'm already there, I'll swing by the bank. I'll do that. The store has got a pharmacy in it. I need to get my list of what I need to stop by and get at the pharmacy. I might as well pick up something for dinner too. Anyway, we go out all the time. I know Steph's busy, blah, blah, blah. I'll pick up something for dinner. What should I get? Chicken or I could get pasta. Pasta's easy. Or we had those quesadillas the other day. She loved that. Chicken pasta quesadillas. Huh. Oh, but we just had that yesterday. Ah, my goodness. Yeah. Boom. There's 10, 15 right there in 10 to 15 seconds. So if you keep that rate up over the course of 8 hours, you're above 35,000. Now, I know you're not frantic the whole time. However, that's literally, I think I counted them when I looked at it before. It's 20 different things right there in 15 seconds. It's rough. So in a 16-hour day, yeah, you're blowing 35,000 away. Hopefully you don't do that. However, you're playing ping pong up here. It's crazy. And most of them, none of what I just said matters. You know, that might as well while I'm here. But on the way or on the way back. And you young mothers with kids, I don't know how you do it because that's constant. That's why we're so tired. It's not because we're lazy. It's because our brain has been doing burpees since we woke up, since before breakfast. Every decision pulls mental energy, even a good one. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, that's good. And then you relive it and you think about it and you do it again. You make the same decision 4 times. So by midday, it's hard to focus. Discipline, you're fried, man. You're fried. And productivity tanks. What does this do? It has a negative snowball effect. So what's the fix? Simplify. Simplify. The small stuff. Automate routines. Boundaries. We've talked about this. All these little things. Save your best energy for things that actually matter. Because if everything requires a choice, nothing gets your full attention, and you don't even know it. You may already be in this. Have you had Have you found yourself going, huh? What? A lot? Or have someone called you on it? Did you hear me? Were you listening? Did you get that? You're doing all this other stuff. So decide what matters. Put a lot of this stuff on autopilot. Doesn't matter. You go to the bank before, you go to the bank after. You pick up the dry cleaning. Does all this matter? No, it's because we want to do it right. And it comes from a good place. We want to be organized. We want to plan. But decide what matters. And why does it work? We're going to talk more about it. But people who prioritize values over tasks report a lower stress and higher satisfaction level. And what I mean by that is valuable activity. Why? Because your time is valuable. Getting it done, having a clicker. I carry a clicker, man. Boom, boom. I did 100 things today. Great. Why am I so tired? What did I get done? I know what I did, but what do I get done? And just setting one intention improves performance by 23%. Meaning, okay, what do I need to do? I need to go to school and talk to my son's teacher about this because it's a concern. Okay, boom, that's it. What I do on the way or on the way back, that's not the concern. The task is the concern. But I have these lists. I have all that. That is the focus. You'll improve it by 23%. You'll feel better. And when you do it better and feel better about it, that's going to trigger some dopamine. That's going to, just go there and come back. Hey, you can knock those errands out anytime. But most burnout comes from decision fatigue, not hard work. It's sheer quantity of decisions. And I know you're thinking, Dave, that's no big deal. We decided to pick up ice cream on the way back from the park. We decided to do this and that, but it's no big deal. Okay, all right. It has a snowball effect. Where is the value of the time? Yeah, it's good quality time at the park. But did you spend time at the park with the family, with the dogs? Then the reward was ice cream on the way back. Or were you busy making more decisions while you were there? Ask your kids. They'll tell you, or they may not tell you. But when you choose that value path, you stop being jerked around by everybody else. Hey, while you're there, can you do this for me? Where are you? Oh, you're there? Hey, can you pick that up? On the way back, can you do this? You got date night. Hey, we're going to be there too. Y'all want to meet for dinner? Oh, now you got all these decisions. Now we're going to meet for dinner. We're going to sit there. We're going to eat. We're going to do something after. What are we going to do? It was date night. Well, date night's spoiled. Now it's all these other dynamics. Focus on quality. Learn to say no. Focus on the value. And the thing is, it's an as-you-go mentality, and I love those. I love that. It's not extra things. It's as you go. Now, there is nothing wrong with adding things while you're doing it, but don't decide to. Making decisions, if you had a finite number of decisions you can make in a day, in a week, in a lifetime, I think you would pick your decisions a little more wisely instead of just quantity and getting it done. Just do it. You don't have to decide to do everything. Focus on the value. What really matters right now is the compass. That's why my to-do list, I'll put a time with them, but in the morning and in the afternoon, the 3 block styles, but I don't overdo it. Because then I'm going to have to decide later. If it's important enough to go on there, it's important enough to do. So don't clutter it. And if you need to replace it, okay, replace it. Don't add to it. But what really matters right now has got to be your compass. And you're not chasing perfection here. You just want some clarity. And that's what, as you go, deciding what matters, that's what that looks like. And you'll spend less time correcting what never needed to be done in the first place. Because when you have that list and you don't get to something, or we said we would stop on the way. Oh, we forgot. Oh, we got to stop on the way back now. Oh, but we were going to do that. Oh, we can do this and then circle around and there you go again. And you're absent. And in the meantime, there's a conversation happened that you need to be a part of, or you should be a part of, or you could be a part of. So that's part of it. Focus on what really matters and save what really matters for your decisions. The others are just activities, okay? The second thing, don't argue with reality. Now, this is a tough one. Wishing, complaining, and resisting, they don't move you forward. They just wear you out. Traffic is bad. Traffic is going to be bad. Getting mad about it, fussing about it, it's reality. What time did you leave? That could have been part of it. Arguing with reality, dealing with difficult people, choosing to deal with difficult people. You made that choice. Don't argue with reality. These are the decisions you've made. These are the things that are part of life. Don't argue with it. Don't spend that time. 90% of daily stress is from stuff you can't control. You can't control it. 90%. That's what arguing with it doesn't change anything. It just delays. It just delays. It may delay your response. It may delay your recovery. It definitely delays your joy. Complaining literally shrinks the memory of your brain. You have memory centers up here. It's called the hippocampus. That's the memory center of your brain. Now, you have fried it with all these decisions. Now, complaining pulls it apart because you're using the brain to develop an argument, a case, something against it when it's just reality. And accepting it, that creates mental space to act on it. I used to hate driving. And use the word hate because I needed to be there. Drive time was not productive. This was before cell phones and all that stuff. It was downtime. I'm alone in the car. And it drove me crazy. I would actually go from industrial park to industrial park. I'd drive through lunch. I'd stop and get something. But that was dead, downtime, unproductive. Now, I love it. It is me time. I can return calls. I can work. I can put on a podcast. I can put on music. It is fantastic. And I've learned to accept it. Next week, I'm going to northern Nevada, and I could fly there in an hour and a half. It's a 6-hour drive. I'm driving. I can't wait. It's going to be great because I've prepared myself for it, and I know what I'm going to do. Now, I know there's certain things along the way that are going to be a problem. All right? If I decided to fly, all right, I've got certain things along the way that's going to be a problem there too. Either way, I've got to learn to accept it and not get frustrated with reality. Because reality always wins. It does. You might as well team up with it. Let's be on the side of what is realistic. And then if something negative happens that doesn't happen that we expected, you got gravy. But the thing is, don't argue with it. Don't spend your time complaining about it. Don't watch the news and get frustrated with it. Don't deal with negative people and get upset when they're negative people. Don't do it. So the thing is, decide what really matters. And that's great. It's a great thing every day. What matters today? What do I want to accomplish? What do I need to get done? What conversations do I need to have? What plan do I need to make for a certain segment of my future? Who do I need to talk to make me feel better or to let them understand what they mean to me? That matters. 15 things on the way to or from somewhere doesn't. And don't argue with reality. Yeah. What does that look like? This is what's happening. What's the next move? All right. Bingo. You don't waste time litigating events that have already occurred. It's reality. It's happening. You stay grounded instead of being yanked around by your expectations because they weren't based in reality. I love it. So how my whole thing around productivity, 2 things. This is it. You're going to have a better day. So let's talk about it at home, work, and play. So what does this look like at home? So what matters is connection, not completion. Connection is more important than getting something done. If you're going to have a talk with someone after you do these 5 things, that's great. But by the time you do the 5 things, 10 other things come up and you make all these other decisions, you don't get that connection. Things can happen. Completion gets in the way of quality a lot of times. That's up here. Presence. Being present at home. Wife, kids. That's so much more important than perfection. Don't have the conversation. Try to have the perfect conversation. Play a game. You don't have to win. You don't have to call the rules. It's your presence that's important. A family. This used to drive me crazy with my mom. Sorry, Mom. I'm about to rat on you. We used to eat a family meal. And then even on holidays a lot of times. When we would have the meal, plates were coming up as soon as you eat your last bite. And the dishes had to be done. That was it. After that, then maybe we would sit down and do something. I mean, great home life. It was fantastic. This was just one of her things. That was what was important. Later, we may sit even with company over, we may sit in the other room and talk. We may play a game. We may watch television together, whatever. But something about being at that table, the family meal was more important than a clean sink, than everything being put away. You got to decide what matters. And then I'm as guilty as this anybody. Less nagging and more listening. There's one coming up soon that you let somebody be wrong. Let somebody do it an inefficient way. Let somebody make a mistake. That's okay. Don't let them hurt themselves or do anything horrible. But listen, because there's a reason why. Maybe this is part of their learning curve. It's part of their deal. Less nagging, more listening. Just curious, why did you choose to do it that way? Did you have several different ways and that's what you went with? What are some of the other ways you thought about that you didn't choose? That's showing interest, and it's not heavy-handed. So at home, that's deciding so many more. But that's how you decide what really matters. And then at home, not arguing with reality. Here we go. Kids are loud. They are. I was. That's my dad. Yeah. Spouses are flawed. Shocker. Both sides, men and women, they're flawed. Your home is not a showroom that's going to be shot on HGTV at any moment. That's reality. So don't be surprised if kids are loud and spouses make mistakes and the house is a mess. That's reality. Don't argue with it. Calm down. 100 others. List them. Talk about it. What's getting on your nerves at home right now? It's probably reality. Don't argue with reality. Stop being surprised when the living room looks like somebody's been living in it. We're going through some stuff on my dad's house. We're toward the end there. And as we were going through and doing some final stuff, I was in the living room a ton. Those doors were always closed. You didn't go in the living room. We went in there one time a year, and that was on Christmas night. We would eat it was a formal living room and dining room, and we would eat at that table. That's the only time we were in there. Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't go in there. And I'm not complaining. That's fine. We had plenty of other space. But don't complain because the living room looks like somebody's living in the room. It's reality. Yeah. Peace doesn't come from control. It comes from deciding what to overlook. Overlook reality. Don't argue with it. So that's home. I could talk about this for 30 minutes on just the home. So let's talk about work. What matters at work? Okay, pick the outcome that moves the needle forward, not just the one that earns praise. You're all going to be better off if things get better. All right? Decide what matters. You getting the credit, is that what matters? Okay, you need to think about that. If you get the credit and everything else goes to hell in a handbasket, do you want credit for that? Yeah. Don't mistake motion for progress or activity with productivity. Look at it. How are you using your time? If you got the best team members here, pick your battles as far as what needs to be done. Coaching. Take the opportunity to coach and be clear, because if you're just that coaching gets lost. What needs to be said? What needs to be heard? And block time out for one thing that matters today at work. I used to do, when I was in sales, carrying the bag, as we say, I would have 2 appointments in the morning and 2 appointments in the afternoon. Set. Purpose, let's go, knock these 2 out. So by the end of the day, I had 4 solid calls, hopefully, unless they canceled or whatever. In between the calls, I would prospect or just make unannounced, unappointment calls. But those 4 were set in stone. Those mattered because I decided those accounts, those appointments were going to move things forward for me. That's what I didn't let anything get in the way. At times I did, and I paid the price for it. But decide what matters today, every day, at work. And don't argue with reality at work. This meeting's it's going to run long. You know who's talking. You know what it is. You knew it. You knew the possibility was high. If you finished on time, oh, that's gravy. Okay, we're dealing with a lot of technology. There are going to be glitches. There are going to be people calling in on this conference call that can't hear you, dude. It's going to happen. Don't let it bother you. You know it's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to happen at the worst possible time. They're not going to be able to hear you at the worst possible time. Somebody's going to drop the ball. That happens. Don't argue with it. You don't have to be happy about it, but don't let it impact you because it's going to happen. Accept it, adjust, and move on. Decide what matters. Don't argue with reality. Exactly. And then let others spiral out of control. This is tough because you get caught in, I call it conference room euphoria. Whenever everybody has an idea, oh, that's a great idea. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, now we're going to rule the world, blah, blah, blah. You spiral upward and it's and then the next day you think, did we really decide to do that? It can also go the other way. He's just so smug. Yeah, that was a good idea, but he's such a backbiter. He takes credit for everybody's work. What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't argue with reality. All of that's true. Don't argue with it. Okay, so home, work. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I know that. Home, work. It's time for play. Oh, thank goodness. Finally, time for play. Decide what matters. You want to rest? Well, don't schedule a bunch of stuff on your day off. Don't look for something to do. If you want to rest, if you want to be productive and do something else, that's fine. But if you want to rest, don't make it so you can't. Decide what matters. You want a connection? Okay. Who am I going to talk to? How can I get everything out of the way so I can talk to this person? Maybe it's time with a family member. Maybe it's time. Maybe you want to go play golf with a buddy and you don't want anything. Don't take your phone. Decide to be there. If your golf game sucks, okay. That's reality. But anyway, don't let that mess up because that connection is what's important. That's what's important. So don't let the other stuff get in the way. You want to read a book. Make the atmosphere to where you can. Tell everybody, hey, I'm going to take the next 3 hours and I'm going to go out back and just read a book. If y'all give me some time, that'd be great. Or you go somewhere to where you can read the book, if that's what really matters. But don't put music on. Don't have your phone there. Don't have all this stuff that can interrupt you, because that doesn't matter. You want some fun? Well, go. Look for it. Decide what fun is. What are some things that would be fun? What do you like to do? Well, then go do it. It's a Saturday, there's college football. Man, there's a place down the road here that they've got tons of big screens, and it's every game. And you can go watch them all. Just go in there. And they've got like couches and it's like a living room. It's so cool. I can't wait until college football starts. I'm going to hang out down there. That's fun. Okay. That's great. But don't go argue politics. Don't take your work phone. Don't take your work laptop. Go have some fun. Decide what matters. Don't argue with reality about this. Okay, we're going to play golf, and it rained. It rained. It rained. You know what? It rains. Went to play golf, and I sucked. I lost 12 balls on the first 9 holes. That's reality. Or you go on vacation. Man. They didn't bring towels, or they didn't bring this, or the family's not having fun, or there's seaweed in the Gulf of Mexico. Doy. It happens. Don't argue with it. Don't blame something. That happens. And don't let it get you. So when you're thinking this, it's simple. Those 2 things as you go. I know it's almost too simple to your point, Dave. That's just not, who wouldn't get frustrated? I didn't say don't get frustrated. Don't argue with it. Don't argue with it. You get a picnic, you want to have a picnic and it rains, or here the wind is crazy. It will blow your picnic basket out of sight. Looks like a big tumbleweed. That's reality. So when you're looking at this, let's remember 5 things. Stick these in your head and pull them out as you need it, like arrows out of a quiver. You won't feel like it? Do it anyway. Clarity is that decision. You've made it. You're clear on it. It's not a feeling. If it matters, do it. No matter if you feel like it or not. Every day is going to have challenges. We'll call it friction. That is life. Don't take it personally. That's reality. An obstacle is not an insult. It's not personal. They're just part of the ride. Part of the ride. I grew up in Alabama, and there's only a couple of paved roads in Alabama when I grew up, so obstacles in the road were constant. Part of the ride. This is a big one. Most things aren't emergencies. Hello. Stop reacting things like the world is on fire. It's usually just a little warm. It's combustible. I'll get you that. The motto of my wife has always been, it's never too soon to panic. But everything's not an emergency. As a matter of fact, most things aren't. As a matter of fact, few things are. And if it's an emergency, it matters. It could be reality. Don't argue with it. Address it. Your attention, your presence, your focus, whatever has you, that's currency. Your attention is currency. And you don't have an endless bank account. So if you had $100 and you were going out for the night or going somewhere for the weekend or whatever, you would watch your pennies a little bit. You probably wouldn't spend all of it. I had some friends who went to Nashville and they had X amount of dollars. They went into one of the stores and it was buy 1 pair of boots, get 1 free. They both got a new pair of boots and 2 free pair. They also spent all their money in like the first 2 hours. Nashville will do that to you. If your attention is currency and you think of it that way, you can only focus on so many things. You'll spend it more wisely. Don't go broke investing in distraction and all these other decisions. Focus on what matters. And the thing is, peace isn't perfection, but it's surrendering the fight that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Not having that fight that doesn't matter will bring you peace quicker. Reality is not the enemy here. Don't argue with it. Denying reality is much more of a problem. So how do we do this? How do we do it? Dave, I can't argue with anything you've said. It's 2 steps. You've made it simple. But come on. How do we start doing this? I'll give you 5 ways to start doing it today. Not even today, right now. What time is it where you are? You can start right now. If it's noon, if it's 3 in the afternoon, who knows? 5 steps to start right now. Pick one word right now. That's your tone for the day. I'm going to be present. I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be grateful. That's my word for the rest of the day. Present, focused, grateful, thoughtful. Whatever that word is, and hold that all day long. You can switch words, but let's try to keep it right now. I love grateful. Grateful will get you through a lot. Okay? Choose one word. Second thing, take a pause. I've told you about the pause. When you feel like snapping, or you're pissed off, or it's reality, or wait. Just wait 10 seconds. You can save 10 seconds. The silence within that 10 seconds might solve it for you. Try it. You'll be shocked. So many things, if I've waited, it was going to be important. It was going to be vital. It was going to need my attention. It was going to make me spend some currency on it. And I waited 10 seconds. I'm thinking, oh, well, that's not even the case. Boom. Okay. Third, name one thing to let go. Say it out loud. I'm not going to carry that today. I'm working on my mindset. That annoyed me yesterday, and I just thought of it again. Nope, I'm not bringing that into today. One thing. I'm not saying wipe the slate clean. One thing. Don't carry it with you. Let it go. And if you can let it go today, you can let it go. All right? Check in at lunch. The fourth thing. Check in a few hours. Check in before bedtime. Whatever, depending on when you start. How am I doing? It's been a few hours now. Okay, my word's grateful. Am I being grateful? Am I doing this stuff on purpose? Have I decided what matters, and am I going toward that, or am I just reacting to things? And if you start at the beginning of the day, midday's a great time to look at this, because then you can correct course and, oh my goodness, yeah, let's focus. That's crazy talk. I was just reacting to stuff. And that helps with any regrets you may have at the end of the day. And then, as always, you start this tomorrow morning. Before you go to bed, where did I argue with reality today? What would I do differently tomorrow? How am I going to fix this? So let's hit those 5 again. One word. What am I going to focus on today? Presence, gratitude, connection. Any of those things. Focus. Do it. Then the 10-second rule. When something starts to get you, 10-second rule. Pause. Name one thing to let go of and let it go. One thing. Check it. Midday, check it. How am I doing? How did I do? Have I been upset? How did I handle it? Have I done what's important? Reality, am I arguing with that at all? Pretty good. Or, man, I blew it there. All right, you got the rest of the day, dude. And then before you go to bed, where did I argue with reality today? And what can I value as far as my decisions differently tomorrow? It's a game changer. It will make every day better. We don't need a perfect plan or a 30-day challenge or some sort of boot camp here. Just decide what matters and stop fighting what's real. Do it as you go. You don't have to start anything new. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to sign up for anything. Just start right now. Heck. Most days will turn out better than you expected when you look at those two things. I hope this helps. I try to make things very simple, but what will happen is the purple car theory. Tomorrow, you're going to get up and all these decisions. But wait a minute. Well, that doesn't matter. Here's what matters. Here's 5 things that matters today. You know what? A lot of that doesn't even matter either. I've got this morning, I'm having lunch with a dear friend. I've got to be at the school to pick the kids up, and we got dinner tonight. I want to get the kids to bed and hang out with my spouse. Boom. Those matter. Everything else is it's incidental music in the background. Yeah. And then don't argue with reality. It's fantastic. So, I hope it helps. Let me know. Let me know how you're doing with it and where you're struggling. Hey, we may have a part 2 here. You never know. I'm trying to do a series of these just very simple, quicker ones. That way it's stuff you can remember. And you can remember everything I just said, but apply it to your life. Hit me up at david@otalks.com or david@otalks.com. Hit the website. You know all the contact information. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you. Thanks for O Talking with Dave. Giddy up.